this is Not a Spring Chicken. Today continues
our series on basically how it came about.
where it came from,
how it came about, origins. But everybody has seen on television how it's made. We're going to tell you how it came to the point of being made.
Yeah, and so part of it is we just talked about toilet paper and where it came from, and the next. Well, actually,
the logical progression from toilet paper is, what is a paper towel? All you got to do is look at it, folks. It's like 2+ size. Okay, originally toilet paper was longer than this, so it would basically make 2 paper towels.
Oh, you know what? Even if you look at the size on that, look.
They're about the same
it's
size.
Almost.
Yeah.
Look.
You put them end to end. Look, folks. This is a full size roll. Full size roll. And a toilet paper is. Paper towels was a logical progression from toilet paper.
Look at the middle sections are even the same size.
Yeah, because they're meant to hold the same size holders.
And part of it is, remember we told you about the Scott brothers, remember Scott towels? Oh, that's Scott bathroom tissues, which started it. Well, part of it is there was a production error.
Yeah, it's like, but actually, we are really live because neither one of us have seen the material we're handed when we do it, but
we glance at
I know it because I have the advantage of age because I have a tendency to know how things come about. This is an error.
Yeah.
This is actually this, which is what we're talking about. It says the Scott Brothers, 1907 result a factory error. They said the high quality bathroom tissue always arrived from a large paper mill in so-called parent rolls, which were then cut down to convenient size. One order. It was defective. It all showed up like this. The Scott company wasn't, the Scott brothers were actually, they were the salespeople. They weren't really the builders at that time.
Yeah, so it showed up, and what happened was, it was larger, it was thicker.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Just a really major goof. So basically, it was excessively heavy and wrinkled, unfit for bathroom tissue. Well, actually, go into a bathroom and there's no toilet paper, and you've got this on the wall.
Which is what you end up using.
It ends up fit, but.
So they decided they said, well, that might have been an error, but look, they could be paper towels.
Yeah.
Well, because part of it is how many times. Okay, you can't find a paper towel, so you use toilet paper.
Yeah. What they did, they said a Scott family member, rather than eat the loss of it, decided, well, he said, why don't we perforate the thick paper in the small paper towel sheets? Well, here, like this is, their perforation, folks, like that.
Well, and now, of course, with paper towels, you see actually the small ones where the sheets are only about half the size, and then they're printed, and they've got all these decorations on the paper towels.
Yeah. But they said they advertised their screw up as a disposable paper towel and called it a Sandy towel and sold it primarily to upscale hotels and restaurants and railroad stations for use in public washrooms. There was a public resistance on the part of homeowners. Of course, they didn't want to spend the extra money. It says toilet paper. It's toilet paper, folks. So they're not going to.
Yeah, but see, part of it is this is thinner for your. Okay, for the more sensitive areas.
Yeah. And
this is thicker because you use it to clean things up and you use it for your hands.
Yeah, but they said though, believe me, at one time in our history we were a green country. Really were a green country. They reused. They said, why would we use one of these things when we could simply use a washcloth and then wash the washcloth? But they said though, as these became cheaper, and because this stuff didn't cost anything to make, it was made from garbage stuff. This was made from garbage stuff. And because they had this whole cruddy mess they had to dispose of, they got the price down to where it was such a good point that people in homes started using this stuff. And they basically, in 1931, the brand Sandy towel was renamed to the name of Scott towel. And it became a necessity of bathrooms. Paper towels become a great convenience in almost every room in the house because basically you take this stuff. I mean, okay, you can use it to wipe your paintbrushes off, use it to wipe spills. Just basically, you throw.
It's a household necessity.
Okay, if you got a small kid, folks, you got a baby. It is called a wipe the butt or wipe the face necessity when basically a kid goes off at both ends, a baby, and you do not. But a lot of people in the early days used to have buckets. You tossed the diaper or the rag you wiped the butt off of the face in a towel, but it stunk. people would say, oh my God, they take it with their little finger and toss it in a trash can. I would think that probably babies were more responsible for this being a success than anything else.
You think so?
Well, you have to, see, Not a Spring Chick hasn't really been around. She's a product of the disposable diaper era. I'm a product of the era when you put them in buckets and kept them for that. Either clean them yourself or send them to a diaper service. But in her era, it's basically, wipe, toss. So, which is funny. My era was, okay, this is the funny part about it. All these people that bitch up a storm about we need to go green were green and went away from being green.
That's true.
This is not green. They were green.
They were green, went away from green because it was more convenient.
No, but this is the result of an era. I mean, hasn't anybody looked at, when you buy the thing, I mean, there's got to be somebody in that, it's exactly the same size. And the reason, because it was a mistake. They took advantage of the mistake, sold the mistake, and just kept they were all coming out in this size to begin with. All of it was coming out in this size. And then they cut it. Like I said, this at one time, basically you can see how much, I don't know if you can see there, but see what is left on the sides is what was put into the machine to hold it while they were doing the cutting process. So it's basically 2 rolls of toilet paper being sold. And it's thicker, but it's not any thicker than the original toilet paper was. You're still getting the original toilet paper. Imagine, let's say, imagine 100 years ago, this is what you were actually...
That's probably what the original toilet paper looked like. Was probably that.
They haven't changed
as far
a
as
lot.
Thickness and texture and...
Yeah.
Although it probably wasn't embossed.
Well, yeah, they did emboss
Did they emboss them before?
They embossed toilet paper in the better quality establishments so that people wouldn't think it was, they wouldn't think it was something ratty they were getting. So they would emboss the stuff, and they'd look at it, and people would do, in their pocket and take it home with them and then they actually what happened was a lot of them sat there like this, and then stick it in their pocket and take it home, and then they'd take it home, and then they'd roll it over on their roll, and then it would look like they had something really fancy. So they started doing the fancy stuff for everybody, and that stopped. That's why toilet paper stopped being stolen. That's a tip. Why did toilet paper stop getting stolen in public bathrooms? Because they made it, everybody could get the same quality stuff everywhere. So, and I know about, how this came about because of this. This came about because people got tired of using this.
Newsprint.
Yeah, but newsprint.
Catalog paper.
Newsprint led to this. This led to this. Anybody see a whole common denominator of what we're sort of doing at the moment? One thing leads right into
I wonder
it.
if they can guess what comes next.
Yeah, so until next time, this is Old Cam.
And this is Not a Spring Chicken. We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow. For more information,
You can go to www.montybubbles.net on the net, or if you want to know about these products, most of the companies that manufacture these products have a history of their own products. So you'll know exactly how everything came about, because they're very proud of telling people about how their company got started, because these are the forefathers of what we use today.
and you'll find out where does it come from.
And then you go to like the Discovery Channel or the Science Channel, and they'll tell you how these products are actually made. So we're sort of like a companion to those. We're leading you into their productions.
Meanwhile, join us for the world's first daily newscast in 3D. Wherever you're watching us, subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter, and thank you once again for over 40 million.